friends. Today we're going on a little road trip. I'm hitting 3 different churches up to learn how they are using one of our favorite products, Playlister. It's an awesome service that we use at our church, and I'm looking forward to learning maybe some new tips and techniques of how we can better utilize it, take you guys along for the journey. So let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's go to Van Buren, Arkansas. Merge Church. Here we come. You know, there was a video I posted a while back that seemed to ruffle some feathers for whatever reason, called Goodbye ProPresenter, because literally we stopped using ProPresenter and we opted for Playlister in our kids ministry. Still use it every week and loving it. And who knows, maybe by the end of this video, you'll see some new ideas or ways that you might be able to implement using Playlister in your church that might just solve some problems, eliminate some headaches, and make everybody's life easier along the way. All right, here we are at destination number 1, Merge Church. Let's go see how they are using Playlister. Hey!
Merge Church.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Caitlin from Merge Church,
Yes.
and she's going to tell you all about how they're using Playlister right here.
Well, we use it in a few different ways. We have our normal curriculum, which we love. It makes it so easy. As soon as Orange puts it out, we can plan months up in advance on Playlister. Our youth group is also using our Playlister from the large scale in our auditorium through our small group areas where we can have a more intimate conversation. And then we love digital displays here. And we love to add music, make it customizable. We love to change our pictures, but we love having a space where our kids can see what they've been doing the last month and hear the music that they've been learning. And we just love Playlister.
Okay, awesome. Let's go look at some of the spaces that you guys are utilizing Playlister in.
Sounds great. So this is our 3rd through 5th room, and I just want to show you briefly how we use it here. And so in our free time, we like to have our digital displays and we have our elementary music. And so clicking on that, we've customized it with our kids, and just with Orange songs that we hear, or songs that they love to hear their parents play in their car, or what they might hear at Big Church. And then we also, of course, use the curriculum in here. And so as you can see, we have our countdown that will help kids get prepared, stop what they're doing, come to our little mat. And then we always go over what we're learning, whether from the virtue and what the theme is, and we go down into worship. And of course, the game times. That's important. One thing we absolutely love about Playlister is how easy it is to train our leaders how to run a lesson. And that's really just with the click of a button. Truly, from anybody who's first starting in our kids program to people who serve once a month to every week, they are able to come click a button and easily know what they're doing next, but also an easy way to engage kids without having to shout at them.
Wait, you said you have like a cleanup song?
We do. We added a cleanup song.
So that way they know it's like time to clean up in the classroom?
Yes, that is their big transition piece.
Can you show that to me?
Absolutely. Oops. And we've just added a picture of Ollie and some fun cleanup music.
That's cool. I love it when technology works for us and not the other way around. You know, it should make our lives easier and make ministry happen more easily. So,
Exactly.
You know, if you have any questions for us about how Merge Church is using Playlister, drop those in the comments below. All right, that was fun. Learned a lot about how Merge Church is using Playlister. Now, we're off to the next destination. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm here at Community Bible, and I've got Nick here with me. He's the kids pastor, and he's going to tell us more about how they use Playlister.
So here in CB Kids at Community Bible East, we have right around 100 kids every Sunday, And back about 2020, we started using Playlister through COVID to help communicate to our kids during the shutdown. And then that transitioned into when we restarted church back up and really started trying to rebuild from COVID. We kept Playlister in all of our classrooms just because how simple it was for our volunteers and our leaders as well as our teams, and how engaging it was for all of our kids within the classroom. So one of the unique ways we use Playlister, we actually use it to scroll our announcements. So this area that we're in is actually the first check-in area where all of our families come in. They're greeted by a welcome crew member with an iPad to check them in. And then what they'll see on the screens is really the scrolling announcements, but we'll also do videos with announcements, whether it's one that I make in the office of upcoming events, things like that. And then those will just scroll through on loop through Playlister. And the cool thing is we have all three of these TVs that are synced up, and they all come right in here to basically one Apple TV that we run Playlister off of. It goes into a splitter, and then it runs out to the three TVs as well as the audio equipment and speakers that are in the lobby. And one thing that's also really cool that I nerd out about and I love is whenever the Apple TV has audio coming through it, it'll actually fade down our iPad that we run Spotify off of for the announcement. And then once Playlister is done and the Apple TV is done feeding audio through, it'll then turn up the music that's on the iPad, and it's just created a whole new level of energy from the second families walk in the door and kids as they're going to drop off their kids to class. So our ministry, we have 2 staff members, but we have over 70 volunteers just in kids ministry alone. And to operate all of that without Playlister seems like it would just be a headache. I don't know how we did it beforehand, but it's just so easy. It's so quick. From our computer, we can set it up. If you're looking for a tool to help your ministry be more efficient and to serve your volunteers well and equip and empower them to lead their classrooms, Playlister is no doubt the best tool that we've had as a kids ministry.
Hey, that was pretty cool learning from the team there at Community Bible how they're using Playlister. Off to my third and final destination. My biggest takeaway was the way that he was implementing Playlister in their lobby with the auto ducking feature for the music that's playing. So that's pretty cool. I hadn't really thought about doing something like that. Well, let's see what else we can learn as we approach our final destination here. All right, guys, we're at Destination 3, Catalyst Church. Let's head on in and meet Margot.
Hey, Rylan, come on in.
Everybody, this is Margot. Margot, what do you do around here?
I am the children's pastor here at Catalyst. I have birth through 6th grade.
Awesome. She does some cool stuff with Playlister. We were just visiting. And will you take us around and show us kind of how you're utilizing it?
Absolutely welcome. I'd love to.
All right, let's do it. Okay, here we are at your guest check-in, it looks like, or just everybody checks in here?
Everybody checks in here. We like for guests and old timers, it doesn't matter who you are, we want you to see a face and some Playlister info whenever you arrive at Catalyst. So we update these screens monthly, but then sometimes they just get updated on the fly. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of youth pastors that do things towards the last minute. And so ours sometimes will throw something up, like his series is starting on Sunday. And we are able to welcome people, advertise events with QR codes so they can connect right with the event. We're able to queue parents here, and we're even selling Ollie the Owl plushies to our early childhood families, and that's on Playlister as well.
Nice. So you have one Apple TV somewhere hidden?
Yes, so we have an Apple TV that is hidden behind, and then we utilize a splitter so that we can have 2 screens essentially for the price of one. I hope this doesn't get me in trouble with Playlister. But the only fallback is that the screens do not work independently. They show the exact same thing at the same time.
No, that's smart. I love it.
Come on in. We are going to stop off in babies and walkers. This is our yellow room. And In here, obviously, we're not going to move our congregation from one space to another. So everything happens in here, from worship to Bible story to snack time, playtime, all-inclusive space. So we utilize Playlister in here, and I made the incorrect assumption that like everybody uses Apple TV and would know what to do with these remotes, but we found that they don't. So Jessica's the early childhood director here, and she schedules our Playlister playlist to automatically start on Sunday mornings. So literally all our SGLs need to do is turn on the TV. The Playlister app will automatically pop up, and it will take our leaders to this static screen that shows our theming for the month. All that they do is press the top button, and it will auto advance through. And they will see the countdown, they can worship and wiggle and then watch the Olive video and do memory verse. And to tell you the truth, sometimes church goes a little long, the kids are kind of over what we're doing, and so we might rinse and repeat and just do it all over again in this room.
All right, we are headed into another worship space.
This is our student center. Children's ministry takes over on Sunday mornings, and then on Wednesday nights, the youth group meets in here, and throughout the week there's a smattering of different activities. But the main thing I want to show you in here is we host a large group in here for elementary, and we have a larger screen for our Playlister. One of the areas that Playlister really helped us in here was we were able to eliminate some head count in a positive way by no longer needing someone to be in the sound booth, because my large group host can click through the various Playlister elements using the Apple TV remote, which I had to train them on, but that's okay. So they sit up front and are able to go through a game with the kids. We do praise and worship via video with some worship leaders up front, and then we watch either the So and So Show or Story Lab in here.
And they're controlling that from the stage, even though your Apple TV is back here in the sound booth, I'm assuming?
Exactly, yeah. The Apple TV sits right on top of the sound booth, and they use the remote right up from the platform and are able to advance just as the class naturally flows.
That's cool.
It is. So I don't know how things run at your church, but if we have about 85% of our volunteer army make it for in-person training, we feel like we're doing really good. So we wanted to build a way for those that miss to make up training without having to reenact the entire in-person experience a few times. So we figured out how to utilize Playlister for this. I have a folder that is labeled KidMin Training, and then I will build a playlist for training just like I would for a Sunday morning, share it through the shared playlist option, copy the URL, and then for my volunteers, that's going to throw them into Safari or whatever's on their phone or computer, and they are able to experience, for first of all, like total FOMO because they missed it in person, but then also they can hear our vision for the upcoming year, things we want to remind them about, and then one of my favorite little bits, and let me advance it real quick so I can show you, is we did change to make our evacuation plans and our other emergency plans available virtually. So if we had this completely fired up like it would be for the end user, you're able to see where we go in case of emergency, and we have voiceover walking our individual small group leaders through what that looks like. So at the end of the day, we want you to be able to finish this playlist and be informed and equipped for the entire next year that you serve.
All right, made it back home. That was a fun trip. Learned a lot. Got some inspiration for things that we might be able to do here at our church, especially as we go into our renovation mode in the months to come. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, drop them down in the comments below. And remember, guys, we can do a lot of great things. Let's do it all for God's glory. We'll see you in the next one.